And then, do you want to get a little more specific about Good and how family is such a beautiful thing?
With Good, again, it was good. The story about Good is kind of funny because it was a lot like God Gave Me You. It wasn't going to make the record. I always do these like intense when I'm about to do a record. I go back through all of the songs I've written since the last record, even if they were song ideas, lyric ideas, because I thankfully store that stuff in a pretty ordered system. And I'd forgotten about Good. I'd started Good, and actually, believe it or not, was going to try to finish that with this country artist. And I was like, man, I think this would be great. I had the verse and the chorus with some tweaks. I played it for a friend of mine who's a really great country writer here in town, and he's a songwriter. And he was like, you have to finish that song. And I was like, oh, you like it? He's like, I mean, I got goosebumps, dude. You have to finish that. That's a beautiful idea. And so like a week before we recorded, I went in and tweaked it to where I could sing it and it'd be a little more, resonate with my life. But in the minute I finished that song, I was like, I'm so glad that I decided to finish this because I don't know if it was, it was such a, I knew I was going to be wrestling a grizzly because it's such a big deal. It's such a big emotion to sort of try to capture. Mm-hmm. But, over a couple of days, I just sat down, and I had most of the first verse and chorus done, so it was really then tying it up and knowing where to go from there. But I really took the risk of making it a lot more personal, and I'm glad that so far it seems like it's resonating with people. Yeah, I mean, I've been, and like I said before with 23, Good is a song that definitely resonates really deeply with me, and so. I felt like I was able to write something that was true to how I felt, as opposed to sort of like, taking a little snippet of my life and going, how can I make this feel like this in a song? That was like, there's too much to put. You know what I mean? That was too much information.
So why is it a risk to be so personal?
Because I think it takes, if you're not careful, it's like, I don't know that I know this for sure. My suspicions are, with songs that are too intertwined into my life, you start to lose people on the quick turns. You start to lose people on the stuff that's too personal, because it's like, well, I was with you up until, am I glad that I'm married, but you said kid and I don't have a kid, or I was with you until the kid and glad we're married, but then in the bridge where you said you moved to Michigan, I'm way out. And so you have to really. And I mean, guys, built their careers on things that, I mean, Paul Simon, half of his songs are so specific.
Right.
But something about the sentimentality or the overall feeling, you still listen to Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes and go, yeah, but it's not like I know what that's like, or, or if I know what, homeless, like these songs that he wrote that you go, yeah. But sentiment can get communicated either way, but I think I always tend to be over careful on lyrically getting too specific, because I just I really don't want to cut people off from being able to participate in that song,